Hi, I'm Garibaldi FM, and welcome back to episode 5 of my Creator or Designer Son series with Giuseppe Garibaldi. So we left last episode, he was 30 years old and he was at Barcelona, where he's been for a few years now. Let's see if he's still there. He is still there at the moment, up to 400k a week now in wages. He's off on international duty. Okay, so I think his stats are just starting to come down a little bit now, maybe, now that he's 31. So he's a legendary midfielder now. His goals and assists output is definitely going down a little bit now. So that's 2 years in a row where he's not produced the same kind of numbers that he has the years before, and his average rating is starting to come down. I mean, it's still 7.3s, which is still really, really good, but from that sort of 7.5, 7.6 area that he had been consistently, is definitely just coming down a tad. So yeah, pretty decent season. They played most of their games. What's he won? Barcelona won the not a great season, then the Super Copa España, and that was it. So yeah, not particularly successful season for Barcelona. Right, second in La Liga. He is the captain, playing under Frank Lampard. Is there anyone interested in him at the moment? Not at the moment. And he's got another 2 years left on his contract. He's only just signed sort of 6 months ago, so he signed a 2.5-year contract. Okay, well, we'll pause it there and skip on another year. Okay, so we've gone on one more year. Let's go and see if Giuseppe's still at Barcelona. Yep, he is. Still on 400 grand a week. Value's dropping a bit now, though, as he's getting older. He's signed a contract 6 months or so ago. He's got another 2 years left to go on that. His stats aren't dropping off too much yet, which is good, although he's definitely still not getting much in the way of goals and assists compared to what he used to, and his average rating is still sliding backwards. I mean, it's still really good, but compared to where he was in his peak sort of 5 years ago, he's definitely not at that level anymore. Let's see if he's won anything. So the runners-up this summer in the Nations League and the Champions League, but Barcelona did win La Liga and the Spanish Super Cup. Okay, he was in the World Cup Dream Team, which is good. And they won the World Cup. England won the World Cup. So that's the first time that Giuseppe has won the World Cup. So that's great. That's sort of given him the full set now, which is really good. Because he'd won the Europeans and the Nations League before and all the club competitions. So he's got all of that now. Injury-wise, getting perhaps a few more injuries than he used to, but still nothing too bad. Yeah, so pretty good there. But I mean, considering he went almost 5 years without any injury at all, to have had 3 in just over a year is certainly showing that perhaps he's getting a bit more injury prone now. Does anybody want? No one's interested in him at the moment, so it looks like he'll be staying at Barcelona. Yeah, so we'll just have a quick look to see where he normally plays, to see if he is playing a bit more in defence than he used to. Champions League final. Looks like a midfield. Yep, so left of centre midfield. Real Madrid, I'm guessing you played in that one. Oh, looks like he played defence there. Yeah, right centre back. Where did he play? Atletico Madrid. We didn't play the second leg, but the first leg there, it looks like he played in midfield. Where is he? Yeah, midfield, left centre. So, yeah, perhaps a bit of a mixture between midfield and defence. That looks like midfield, probably, maybe more midfield than defence. But yeah, some games in defence, which probably explains another defence there, which probably explains why he's not getting as many goals and assists as he was before. But anyway, we'll skip it on 12 months and see where he is. Okay, so we've skipped on another 12 months. Come back from holiday and immediately see Giuseppe is on form for England, so that's good. But let's go and see where he's playing. Shortlist, still Barcelona, still on 400 grand a week, but he's less than 30 million pound value now. Okay, so he's only got a year left on his contract, so he hasn't signed a new one this time, whereas before he was signing a new 2.5-year contract every sort of January, so he hasn't done this time, so that's interesting. His goals and assists have gone back up a little bit from where they were the last sort of 3 years or so. Yeah, sort of not quite back up to sort of peak levels, but they're heading that way. And his average rating's gone back up a little bit as well. So maybe he's playing a bit more consistently in midfield rather than sort of shunting between midfield and defence, perhaps. I'm not sure, maybe. His strength's dropped off another one. That had certainly got to 15, maybe even 16, I think. So that's starting to decline a bit now, as will his other physical stats, I think. Doesn't look like anyone's interested in him at the moment. And did he win anything? So they won the Champions League and La Liga and the Super Cup, but I don't expect too worried about that after everything else that he's won. So I wonder how many Champions Leagues he's won. So he's been he's been at Barcelona for 10 whole years. Well, 11 years in fact. Yeah, 11 years. Wow, hope he got a good testimonial. So yeah, 2026 would have been the first Champions League he had played in with them. How many Barcelona won in that time? One, two, three, four. So he's won 4 Champions Leagues with Barcelona. Just missed out on that one with Liverpool because that was just after he left them, and then they went and won. So won 4, and also been in 3 losing finals with Barcelona, and a losing final with Liverpool. So 4 wins and 4 losses then in Champions Leagues, which is pretty good going. Clocking them up really there. Okay, well, we'll stop there and skip on another 12 months. Okay, so we've skipped on another 12 months now. Let's go and see where Giuseppe is. And still at Barcelona on that 400 grand a week. Value's dropping down to 10 million now. He signed a contract last summer for 2 years then, so he's now got another year left again. His stats are starting to drop off now, so acceleration and pace have both gone down to 15, strength's gone down to 13. So yeah, starting to see some drop off now, but then he is 34, so not to be unexpected really. Still playing a lot of games, played 37 out of the 38 in the league, so he's still a first choice player. He had a good return for goals actually. 15 is really good. Okay, quite a few in the cups to be fair. But yeah, highest average rating for 5 years as well, so it's having a little bit of an Indian summer there perhaps. Guessing he didn't get too many injuries considering he played all the games. Just a couple of 2-3 day ones, so bruised knee, bruised shin, nothing too bad. See if he won anything. Oh yeah, won the Super Cup and La Liga. So I think that might have been what they did last year as well. I don't know, so that's the Copa del Rey and the Super Cup, done there. In fact, yeah, they won all 3 Spanish competitions. So yeah, another good season for him. He's up to 170 caps for England now. I'm not sure what the record is. We did see Phil Foden was in the 170s before. Let's have a little look. What's he aiming for? Most capped, Raheem Sterling 195. So he needs 25 to draw level with him. I'm guessing Sterling's probably retired now. Yeah, he was a director of football. So he was an ex-Barcelona teammate for a few seasons, I think. No? Oh no, it was Sancho, wasn't it? Jadon Sancho went to Barcelona. Okay. So yeah, well, he needs 26 caps to pull level. To overtake Sterling as the most capped players, which would be quite a cool little thing. He's still England captain there actually as well, and the top player, so he could well do it. There's a Dutchman in charge of England now, so yeah, still going down the old foreign route here and there. Okay, well, I think we're done for that update, so we'll skip on another 12 months. Okay, so for the last time this episode, we've skipped on another 12 months. So we'll see what Giuseppe's up to. I'm thinking maybe this year, maybe soon, but I think he'll be leaving Barcelona before too long, because he is like, what, 35 or something now, so 34, 35, so yeah, he's got to be starting to get less opportunities there soon, you'd have thought. So I wouldn't be surprised if he moves on to somewhere else. It'd be nice if he perhaps played, I don't know, France or Italy or Germany, somewhere perhaps that he hasn't played before, or maybe played at his boyhood club, Nottingham Forest, or maybe finishes his career back at Exeter City. But I don't know that he would drop that low. But yeah, hopefully he goes on and plays for at least 1 or 2 more clubs at the end of his career. Would be quite nice. But let's see. Okay, still at Barcelona. He's signed a new contract because he's gone down to 325k a week now. So he signed that in January, and he's got a year left on that. Stats are starting to come down now. So agility and stamina have both come down into the blues. Pace and acceleration, I think, were 15s last year, so everything's starting to drop a bit now. And like some of the technical things as well. So it definitely is starting to drop down on his abilities now. But having said that, still played 37 out of 38 in the league, so still really key player for Barcelona. So I don't know how much longer that will go on. Played a few more games for England, so he's up to 180 now, so he needs another 16 to break the record. Exactly the same average rating as last season, but not as many goals, a bit more on the assists tally. So yeah, I mean, he's still, although his overall output of goals and assists isn't as high as it used to be, his average rating's still really high, and it's probably, like we said before, because he's playing in defence a bit. Injuries, nothing at all really. Had a bruised foot for a couple of days. He just seems to be getting bruised, everything a little bit here and there, but only out for a few days, so that's all good. What's he won this time? The Copa del Rey, and that's it. So not a particularly great season honours-wise compared to some of the other ones. But yeah, okay, not too bad. Right, well, I think we'll wrap that one up here. He's only worth, well, basically 8 million now, so I wonder whether someone might come in and buy him off Barcelona for 10, 15 million perhaps. Maybe not even that, yeah, maybe 5, 10 million maybe. You might get like a Paris Saint-Germain, someone with a lot of money, or an Italian club where perhaps it's a bit easier when the pace gets a bit slower. So yeah, hopefully he does get a move somewhere, because he's been at Barcelona now, is it 12 seasons? So I was hoping it'd have a bit more of a nomadic career and sort of have 6, 7, 8 clubs maybe, but he's only had 3 so far, so hopefully we start getting some moves now. But anyway, we'll wrap this episode up here, and subscribe so you see next time if and where Giuseppe moves to. All right, cheers for now.